Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today we're going to feature a relatively recent project on the channel. Yeah, we're going to do a little service on Henry, the Mini Cooper. So Henry is jacked up on axle stands. You'll notice he's at a jaunty angle. That's because you can actually do the service on these cars with the car at this angle. That's actually going to benefit you because your sump plug is at the back of the sump. So it's actually going to get all the oil out by having him on a slight angle. So I'll talk about what I'm going to do. So I've got, excuse the mess, we need to get more shelving put up here in the unit. Got spark plugs, so we're going to obviously do them. I've got a new sump plug washer. We've got our little oil filter, canister oil filter on these, gone for Bosch. We don't want copper grease. I've actually got two air filters here. So I've got a standard air filter and I've got a K&N. I'm actually going to put the K&N in, and we'll keep the standard one as a spare. And then we've got a pollen filter as well, or cabin filter, to call it by another name. What else do we need? Of course, we've got the car on axle stands. The car's not on the jack, although the jack's there just as a belt and braces. We've got two oil catch cans. Don't know where the other one's gone actually, but we'll find that in a sec. Of course, because I'm videoing this, but also for practical reasons, I'm going to get a light set up under the car just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see, but also for me to see. Just spin you back around again. I've just been to the opticians today, and I've now got, middle age has finally caught up with me, because I've now got varifocals coming in a couple of weeks, because I can't read anything in these glasses. So, and also I can't undo bolts and various other bits and bobs. So hopefully you'll stop seeing me doing that. But there'll be a bit of that in this video because the varifocal glasses have not arrived yet. So I'm going to find my cameraman, young Austin. He's not allowed to do any work on this whatsoever. I'm going to do everything myself. Now, one thing I'm going to put in, you have to excuse the other stuff around, but I'm not moving it just for this. So we're going to put 3 Forte treatments in the car. So first job is to grab the advanced motor flush, and what you do is you put that in the oil filler, and we're going to run the car for 20, maybe 30 minutes, because what that does is that just decontaminates and dissolves all the kind of nasties in the engine. So when you do drain it out, hopefully those come with it, and then when you put your nice clean oil in, it stays clean for longer. So you're looking after your engine and making sure your oil stays a bit cleaner for a bit longer. The other thing you can do on older engines is put Forte also make oil fortifier, which kind of just improves the performance of your oil. There's also top end treatment as well. So I'm going to get cameraman to hold the camera while I dump this into the oil filler, and then we're going to run the car. So I won't show you the car running for 20-30 minutes because that quite frankly is boring, but that'll just allow that oil to get really circulated around with that cleaner in, meaning it's going to come out hopefully smelling all lovely and flushed, and then we can refill it with some nice clean Castrol Edge. I think we're going to put in. I'll grab that in a second and show you. Okay, so we'll just get this motor flush in first. Austin's being very, very professional and grabbing everything we need. Is there a cap? Of course there is. These
Back
things.
of the cap.
Yeah.
Undo it a little bit.
That's good, isn't it? Just don't drop that into the engine. So just put this carefully in. It's quite a thin liquid, but that's going to just help clean the engine a little bit. And what I like with Forte products is they come with these lovely long bottlenecks. So when you are doing the fuel treatments, you can actually get the neck into the filler past that little annoying flappy thing that cars of a certain age have. Right, so we'll just do that up. We'll just pop this to one side for a sec, and then we'll fire the car up. Oh, careful, Austin. Make sure it's in neutral. It is. So we'll let Henry just sit and run for 20-30 minutes. We've got some stuff to do on Diana and a bit of tidying to in the unit, so he can just sit there doing that, and then we'll drain the oil out and I'll show you how to get the oil filter off one of these. It's not a spin-on type, it's a canister type. Right, so that's been going about 20 minutes. We'll just let it run for a little bit longer. One little word of advice, just keep a check on your temperature gauge. I've actually got the fan on and the heater on just to make sure it's not getting too hot. That doesn't feel very warm, the air coming out of there, so we'll have to do some checks on the coolant as well at some point. But we'll do another video on the kind of coolant side of things. Yeah, but it's not overheated, so everything seems all right. So we'll let that run for a few more minutes, then we'll get the camera down there and we'll empty some oil. Right, so we've got a 13mm sump plug here. I'm going to use a 3/8 drive ratchet, so we're not wrenching it too much. And I'm actually going to replace, let's get ready for our oil catch. I'm actually going to replace the sump plug because that's nice and loose. That's good. So whoever serviced this last wasn't a muppet. I'll just carefully get this out. Obviously, bear in mind this is hot oil in here. It's a bit of an awkward angle because, of course, there we are, that's coming out. Let's move this ever so slightly. Oh, drop the camera, there we are. So I'm not worried about dropping oh, that's gone tight again. Not worried about dropping it because I'm going to replace it, but we'll just keep it just in case. There it comes. I've got the can just in the right place. I've got one hand just in case I have to shift it quick. There we go. Oh, bugger. And that's coming out far too quickly for this can to cope with. Austin, can you chuck me the other one, please? So, yeah, someone has made a mess, but there we are. I'm going to clean myself up and then grab the camera. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at the moment because my hands are pretty oily. Once again, I'm not wearing gloves. Can I have some blue roll, please? Waiting for the oil to drain out. These lamps, something I've said in a previous video, got them off Amazon, like dirt cheap, got a pair. But not only are they good for YouTube, for obviously filming when it's a pretty grey old evening, like it is out there now, but they're great workshop lamps as well because I can really see what I'm doing in here. So yeah, good investment. I'm going to pass the camera to Austin because I'm going to do the air filter now. So we'll see what state this is in. So yeah, oil's still drizzling out. We're going to do the canister oil filter in a sec, and I'll talk you through the correct oil filter to get on. Oh dear. That, oh my god, no wonder it fell. You had to rev it to get any power out of it. So yeah, if your air filter gets like that, you're going to lose power. You're also going to ruin your fuel economy. And I did think this was drinking a lot of fuel, so that's going to go in the bin, which is a Sainsbury's bag, and we're going to put this K&N panel in, which I'm hoping is right, but we have got a correct panel filter if needs be. But I just think K&Ns are the nuts when it comes to air filters, and of course you don't have to ever buy one again. You just need to wash it. Oh, drop you.
It's gone in the bumper.
Oh, I'll get it out in a sec. You just need to wash it and then re-oil it, and you've got a lifetime oil filter, so air filter even. Lifetime oil filter would be a very nice thing to have. So we'll just simply slap that in there. Hopefully it's going to fit. Yes, it does. Happy days. So that's going to breathe better now. That I can't believe the state of that air filter. That is real bad, but it's an easy thing to overlook. And I know Jack, who I bought the car from, didn't have the car long. He was going to do all these things, but yeah, over service your cars. That's secure. That's good. I'm still spinning though.
Plastic stripped inside of it.
But that is secure down. Right. Next job is the. Put that down there for a sec. Next job's the canister, which is down there. It's in a really shitty place. Oh. Try not to burn myself at the same time. That actually feels pretty loose, so we'll try and... No, it's not going to turn by hand. And I'm getting about 1 or 2 clicks of the ratchet at a time, so it's quite slow, but it's got to be done. There's no point changing the oil without changing the filter. And we'll talk oil filters in a second. Colin Robson of Robson Rover Repair isn't just a knowledgeable gent about Rover 75s and MGZTs. He's also very knowledgeable about minis, particularly R50s. So he's been giving me loads of advice, which has been very helpful. So I'll dispense some of that advice to you guys in a sec. Right, I'll go ahead and get this undone, and then I'll show you the new oil filter that's going to go in. Right, so here's our old oil filter, and this is the replacement. Now the replacement, if you can see inside, I don't know how well the GoPro will pick it up, you've got like a plastic cage. So make sure you get that oil filter, otherwise you're going to end up in trouble. So we'll just quickly put this one in the bin and give the housing a bit of a wipe out. There is some oil in there actually. So it's still draining. So let's get some blue roll in, just give it a bit of a wipe out. Wipe round. Really smell the Forte. It's strong and it goes everywhere. It really gets into the engine. So Husley we've flushed 3 times, I think. I'm going to do some content on Husley really soon because he's going to get some new decorations, and we'll flush him again because that engine was neglected for a long time. So even after 2,500 miles I think I've done since the last oil change, it just needs doing. It's better. I was chatting to Austin's dad Adrian last night and just saying, you've got to over service your cars. I think it's criminal to not service a car. It's absolutely. Right, so that's that cleaned up. We'll put our new elements in, so narrow end in the housing like that. And what we'll do is we'll get a bit of fresh oil. Because we've got a new rubber seal. Austin did prompt me there. So you've got a little O-ring on there, which we'll reapply that. We'll get a bit more blue roll, just wipe round. Right round there, so all that dirty stuff is gone. Put our new O-ring on, then we'll just put a bit of oil around it just so it seals. Same as if you're doing a normal spin-on oil filter, you just put a bit of oil on your mating surfaces. Yeah, get some fresh Magnatec. Can't cut my nails. Just get a little bit on your finger and just go around the O-ring. Like so. We'll get a bit on there as well. Okay, we'll just put the cap on that because this stuff is expensive. I think I said Castrol Edge earlier. We're using Castrol Magnatec, and I think our capacity is 3.5 litres, but we'll do that in a sec. Now I've just got to get this in. I did actually, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I did bend the heat shield ever so slightly just to help me. Oh, and now I've dropped it somewhere. Where's that? Oh, it's gone right under the car.
Around too.
Try again. Oh, now I can see what I'm doing. So this is where these lights. Yeah. So that's now in. We'll just quickly change the ratchet. Don't do this up too tight, folks, if you're doing this, because.
Plastic housing.
Yeah. Whoever does it after you, well, thank you. But yeah, another tip Colin gave me was this socket and this bendy ratchet, really, really handy, because standard ratchet you would be struggling with this. Thanks, Colin. Always good advice. But it's a lot easier to do up than it is to undo, I have to say. Right, that's done up nice, so we'll just get the sun plug back in and refill with our oil. Right, one thing I did do, other than making a lot of mess, I did just chuck the oil filter in the bin. You don't do that, it's got to be disposed of properly. So I'm going to ask a friend a favour on that one. So now, car's back on the ground, sun plug's back in, just nip it up nice and tight. And then we're going to put 3.5 litres of 5W30 fully synthetic in. Hopefully we have got measurements on the side. I did let this really drain well, so it's literally drained out, then open the canister oil filter, and a little bit more splurges out, so it's nice and empty. So we'll just give this a good old glug, and then just see where we are, and then we'll check it on the dipstick, of course. The nice thing of having a filter in, you can be a bit more liberated with how you fill the engine up. Just check quickly. That's only 1.5 litres. Let that go in. Where are we at?
2.5.
2.5, so another litre-ish. Two. Bit more. Yeah, that'll do. So let's get some more blue roll on the floor. So we'll just check the level with the dipstick now. Oh, that's a bit funky feeling. That's not drained down yet. So we'll leave it for a little minute and then check it. And that is our oil service and air filter done. And we'll fire the car up, see how she sounds after that. Henry is his name. Right, so last job before we start the car up. So it's all filled up. We'll just top it up in a sec. Is to get this. So first one we're going to put in is petrol treatments. That's going to clean all the stop doing that and I'll show you that. So that's going to clean all the kind of fuel tank, fuel lines, get it right into everything. I'll let Austin hold it, it's probably a bit easier. And I can open the other one while he's showing you that. Does it do anything else, Austin, other than just clean all the tank to the...
Cleans the lubricate whole system, restores injector spray patterns, provides lubrication for them, cleans all the deposit, like coating valves and all the carbon build-up.
So we've got about half a tank of fuels.
Maintains your
Yeah.
sensors and cats, and meant to improve performance because it lowers, it stabilises E10.
Yeah, and we're going to put injector cleaner in as well, so I'll do that one first. This is why the Forte is great, because you've got these really long nozzles, so you can do that with it basically, and not have to stand there with a screwdriver like we did one time trying to fill up
My 75.
your 75.
The petrol one.
So we'll get those in. You don't see us doing that. Then we'll the last thing you'll see on this video is cranking it over, making sure everything's okay. And then part 2 of this video will be doing the pollen filter, and we're going to actually now we've had the car running, and because it is cold tonight, there was no heat coming out of the air vents at all, and the heater was on full blast. So we're going to make this into a 2-part video. We'll do the cabin filter and we'll do a service of the cooling system and heater system. Right, so we'll just crank her over, make sure the oil light goes out. Oil light didn't even come on, that's cranked over beautifully. This does sound very nice. So that is part 1 done. Right, so we'll just quickly check the level, just make sure it's in the right place, and then the car's good to go. The noise sounds really nice, and having the K&N panel filtering has already made a difference. I will crank this over again off camera just to have a little listen to the engine as well. Austin's checking the oil behind me because we're just finishing off now. So thank you for watching. If you want to see what happens with this car, then you know what to do. Just hit that like and subscribe button with the bell notification if you haven't already done so, so you get notified when more content like this is made. Next episode on this car, we'll be doing the cabin filter and a complete service and overhaul of the cooling system, because that is necessary. That was lukewarm, the air coming out of there, so it'll be heater matrix, I should think, possibly thermostat. We'll have a little bit of think about that and get back to you. And I'll see you again. Thanks to Austin for being the cameraman, and thank you to you guys for watching. And I'll see you again very soon on the next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.